I'm going to shake here with the game featuring what's probably become my favorite Tier 10 vehicle to play. That is the Grille 15, one of a couple of the German Tier 10 tank destroyers. Of course, this has zero armor, but high mobility and a very accurate 750 damage per shot gun. And with that combination, it makes it very flexible to play. You have the speed to get around. You actually have a partial turret. It does not rotate fully. It does basically just have really big gun traverse, but it makes it to where you can sit still and let your binoculars and camouflage net activate, and it will keep your bloom down because you don't have to turn your hull as much as something like, say, this T-28 that I'm passing. But it is very much a mobile sniper. And with it being such, you just need to find the positions that you can be of good use to support your teammates. Like this position that I'm in right back here on the very back end of Airfield, which despite so many people that I found out not liking this map, I find myself to thoroughly enjoy almost every game on it. The teams are the only thing that can take away from that enjoyment. But it provides good positions for almost every type of vehicle in the game to make use of. And for instance, with this Grille, being a soft, squishy tank destroyer, I just need to be able to sit over here to cover the wide open airfield portion of Airfield, or I can sit in my initial spot to help cover the heavies. And I could even, with the speed of the Grille, I could even get up there where the mediums like to go and get on the perch, which is located there at around E5. It gives you multiple options, plus the fact it has a turret, even if it is just a partial one, allows you to be more flexible. However, it's all quiet to start with, so I'm going to make a little push up to the north. To do this, you have to be sure that you're not going to get spotted on the way in. And that's the only thing I'm risking. But if I sit here, if the enemy tries to push around, or like looking up here and taking a blind shot, that went a little low, but you can sometimes score a solid hit on tank destroyers that are sitting in that position, and as one has been previously spotted there, I might be able to land a hit there. And if I'm not doing anything else, there's no harm in trying. Now their EBR-90 is taken out, which is kind of a sigh of relief for somebody like me playing up here. Because even if his gun doesn't do a ton of damage, the fact that he can run around with that mobility could get me spotted and killed, because there is artillery in play. But again, I'm not being very useful for the first few minutes of the game here, so I need to get moving to where I can get my gun active. Because we are already down one tank, so I am going to try to find shots on these guys here. And I don't know what's going on with my teammate. He just lost half his health to jumping off there, and he was in no immediate danger. There was no reason for him to do that. As you can see, I'm just staring at him. I don't understand sometimes. He could have sat up there just fine. He was in no threat there. But I need to move on, and since I can't get any shots there, I need to move to where I can get shots. Because again, this is a very capable vehicle, but I haven't done anything yet. Now, we have just one enemy in the south showing now, but if you look at the map, and this is where reading the map comes in very useful. If you look at the map, they do have a more significant presence down there, so I need to start landing hits like that. Now, that was a low roll, but it was still a good solid shot. Now, this is not a bad position to get into, just cover your base. There are bushes that you can work from, and if you do, like I did there, I fired while looking through the bush. It was enough to get me spotted. There's hard cover. I can back in and get covered from their artillery or from direct fire. Now I'm trying to see about getting a shot in on this ISU, but of course I have no clear path to fire through there. Now looking back at the replay, if I had to do over, I would move southward sooner. I would have gotten myself more shots and maybe saved my teammates some health. But, you know, that's hindsight. I'm going to try to poke over. This is not a bad position to work from either. I should have been in this position to begin with. I'm a little more exposed, but I also have earlier shots and more shots to the south. And now that I've left the north, the north is actually having some trouble. So, can't be everywhere at once though. But as you can see, I'm just seeking out shots to try to get rid of either the TS5 or the ISU. Now one thing to pay attention with the Grille is it does turn basically like a boat that got stuck in mud. It's got a very, very slow traverse. Good forward speed, decent enough reverse speed, but very sluggish to turn. It cannot flank like a medium, which actually makes quite good sense if you think about it logically. That is a very large and heavy gun on a smallish chassis for it. It would have some trouble turning without throwing the tracks. So low traverse rate is practical. And now I'm hoping that the Super Conqueror will actually make the mistake to back up and give me a shot into his turret. He doesn't, so I've got to try to seek out a shot somewhere else. Because as is now, I have a very mediocre game going. I've got to get in more. I'm one of the top tier vehicles, and I need to play a little more aggressively, and that's what I'll start to be doing here. Particularly as enemies get wore down, the Grille can be more aggressive. It needs to be very cautious early, but the more that enemies are wore down, the more aggressive you can be, because you get enemies to where they become within one-shotable. Because if you see somebody with 600 and some hit points, you can reliably count on one-shotting that. And now I can do things like that. You know, we only had 446 health left. That's a guaranteed one-shot. So that's a gun out of the game. And now I need a position where I can help in the north there. This is where the mobility of the Grille comes in very handy. Relocating. Because now they know I'm in the south. At least that's where they last spotted me. Let's see if I can't maneuver. This is a little bit of a danger in case that TVP or even anybody else there was looking. So I see the ISU 152 came across to the middle, and that's also a 750 damage gun. And they also have a Grille in play plus artillery. So despite me being full health, it still requires me to be safe. Now the TVP is actually moving south, and I was hoping he would come across to help me. If he didn't, I'm alone. And that's why I was needing to be very cautious. Now they have definitely taken the middle, so I need to get in position and get the shot to aim in. I went for the higher health vehicle, hoping our artillery could finish off the E75. But I will aim in and see what I can do to take him out as well. I had went for kind of a center of mass shot, but that did not help. Now, that object has tucked himself in. This gives me a situation where I can play like a flanking medium. I can use my speed to get in there. I'm hoping the TVP won't make that mistake. He doesn't have the health. I do. Either that object will push out, or he's just going to sit in there and wait for somebody to go in front of his gun. Now he pushed out, and I'm already ready to take him out. Of course I got spotted, so I need to get some hard cover between me and the enemies. And now I see two things going on. I can finish the C-75, but the Grille is threatening our artillery, but there's also this Waffenträger. So what can I do first? Well, I'm closer to the Waffenträger Panzer IV, so I need to get him out of the game. The artillery is just going to have to use his own engine and tracks and get out of there. And now I can come up and help here. And aim and hit. We can get rid of this guy. Artillery missed, thankfully. But now I can get in there. I still have the health. I'm just waiting for my reload. And now I'm going to go. Finish him off. Okay, now we have a situation where the enemy artillery is going to be isolated. The enemy Grille is isolated. So this is easy. Get somebody to cap. And also get somebody to intercept. We have the TBP headed back for interception. We've got our artillery is actually already going towards their cap. So now what I'm looking to do is see if I can't find their artillery. So I'm going to go up on this little ridge line here. And the two common places on this map for enemy artillery to place themselves is either in the northeast corner or the southeast corner. One of the two. And here is number one. Take him out. Now unfortunately our TVP got taken out by the enemy Grille. So now I'm the fastest. I need to play the intercept role. So I know where I'm going to go. I'm going to go all the way there to the E5 pedestal. That way I have eyes in multiple areas of the map. And I can also cover if he pushes straight up the middle. Which is what I suspect. He's not going to try to get on capture. Because he already sees we're capturing. However, he may try to go straight through the middle of the map to get back to his base. He's got more than enough speed for that move. So this is what I'm anticipating. I get in the bushes, and I suspect he's either going to come right in front of me here, or slightly to the left. Now he does something I actually don't expect. But I would have 100% expected either of these. I back into the bushes just to be safe. And sure enough, here he is. He pulls up right behind me. And I almost finish him off. I'm going in for the ram kill because I want to get my Radley Walters. And the artillery snags it. And I know he was just trying to ensure the win, but I would love to have had Radley Walters. But I did ace it. I did get my top gun and high caliber. And it ended up in the end being a good game. But I hope you enjoyed this, and thanks for watching.